Hey.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kocosports.com is proud to present Wrestle AM. It's half morning show, half wrestling show, pretty much all BS. And you got the two half-assers right here that'll try to put two and two together. You got me, the sexiest man on all of Internet Wrestling Radio. That's right, boom, 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 here shaking a room, live from beautiful Omaha, Nebraska. And, of course, my partner, mi amigo, Dave Kokotis, live from Tokyo, Japan. Now, Dave, I should mention to everybody here that this is not the event. This is not the Ring of Honor, War of the Worlds. You are not going to see that iPPV here. We hope to have some links up down here in the bottom as soon as we can find a working one. We can get that. Once you do, check it out, and be sure to come back here and listen to what we thought about it here. So, Dave, my first question to you is actually it's a little bit of a story, Dave. See, once upon a time when I was a little boom boom, my great grandfather had a bout with hemorrhoids. So to help him out, the doctor gave him like this little big old black donut. It was like inflatable, and he had to put that down on any chair that he sat on. If he was going to go cut grass, whatever. He always had to have that. Now, Dave, I am pretty sure that my family still has that that rubber donut in storage somewhere. Now, I could break that out for you, maybe give you some Vaseline, because I know you're still butthurt from Okada, not winning the title in New York. And, oh my God, Adam Cole's the champion. Oh, bother. So I'm trying to help you out, Dave. Do I need to go crawl up in the attic and see if I can find that for you, brother?
First, yeah, maybe. I am a bit butthurt is where this joke was going. But hear me out on this one. Let's get the good out of the way. First off, I'd like to thank you, Steen, for making it affordable for the whole world to see. I want to thank Ring of Honor for bringing New Japan to America, to a North American audience, so that the world can see. What I'm not thankful for here, hear me out on this one, I am not thankful for the booking of this. I honestly thought New Japan is the bigger of the two companies. I am a New Japan fanboy, and I thought this was absolutely cool. Let's talk about the good. The Young Bucks stole the show and were amazing. I don't want to be completely negative. This was worth the $15. With that said, Adam Cole is the worst champion, worse than John Cena. Now, I couldn't fucking deal with it. John Cena has killed crowds before. Adam Cole destroys crowds. I don't understand how Adam Cole is the champion. I don't understand how New Japan, the bigger of the company, bowed down to make Ring of Honor guys look good. I'm very pissed the way Okada has been handled by New Japan and Ring of Honor the past, 3 weeks. Ever since he lost the title, he lost a worthless tag match. Why didn't he win that in Toronto? And then you put him in the three-way, and I'm like, wow, okay, they're going to make up their mistakes. Okada was the most over, Liger was the most over, and you know what? It was just heartbroken. And the thing that I fucking hate the most is I think Adam Cole's a worse champion than John Cena. John Cena never killed the crowd 3 times in one night. Everyone went crazy for Liger. Everyone went batshit crazy for Liger. Adam Cole comes out. Dun 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 dun! Dead crowd. Not even a fucking reaction. Then Liger might win. Fans go crazy. Adam Cole wins. Dun 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 dun! Dead crowd. Then you have a three-way. Awesome three-way. People are clapping. Okada doesn't win. I, as a New Japan fanboy, completely upset. Then your big shocker at the end is dun 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 dun! Dude, no one gives a shit about Adam Cole. No one gives a shit. At first Ring of Honor, I was cute. It was cute. Oh, Adam Cole has the Ring of Honor title. Oh, how cute. How wonderful. It's been a year later. I don't even fucking hate the guy. Your crowd don't even hate him. It went from, wow, I saw a great three-way match with Elgin, AJ Styles, and Okada, who fucking obviously became fucking Barry Horowitz over goddamn night. Fucking, you had people clapping, cheering, respect, what Ring of Honor is built, what this show could be, and then dun 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 dun! Dude, even at least in Toronto, there was 5 guys booing them. This is the reaction in New York. Dun 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 dun! All right, I got a lot of traffic. Go home. That was an enjoyable show. No one gave a shit. And then they go on. Ring of Honor goes on Twitter and be like, watch the iPPV. AJ Styles keeps the IWGP title, but let's see what happens next. Spoiler! I'll tell you what happens next. Dun, 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 dun. Dead fucking crowd! Dead fucking crowd! Dead fucking crowd! You know what? Let's look at the bright side. New Japan had English commentary, and the North American audience got to see it. But let me tell you, from the bottom of my heart, as a New Japan super fan, you were better off not showing up. You were better off having a mystery. You were better off me screaming on YouTube, go watch New Japan. Like, well, I don't have English commentary. Well, I have no place to go. I hope that, because the week prior, I was upset. I was like, no, they're building up to the. What are they building up to now? What are they building up to now? The Young Bucks are amazing and should be the greatest tag team ever? Is that what they're building up to? I'm confused.
They're building up to a pay-per-view next month in Nashville, Tennessee. I mean, June 22nd. The Super, I'm not sure if it's a Super, I forgot now, but they've got a pay-per-view that they're building up to live in Nashville, Tennessee on the 22nd, or June 22nd, that is. So, yeah, that's what they're building up to now. Dave, I'm going to completely disagree. I thought this was an absolutely stellar event. I give it a win, and I want everybody now to put down here in the comment section win, loss, or tie. If you checked it out, put it down here in the comments, win, loss, or tie. And if not, I really do recommend you try it out. They had 9 matches here. Now, 2 of them didn't happen. The Caprice Coleman Silas Young match did not happen, or if it did, it was not on the iPay-per-view. Maybe that was a dark match, but did not see it. And of course, as Dave mentioned, Okada did not wrestle his match. It got turned into a 3-way with Michael Elgin and AJ Styles. A little bit of some hiccups there, but overall, I'm not going to say it was absolutely perfect, but I honestly, Dave, think it's worth watching. I thought it was a good event. Now, I had a hard time watching it. I had to go back and watch the replays of it because I don't know if it was Ring of Honor, my internet provider, or my computer, or a combination of all 3. I had difficulty watching this iPay-per-view. It was a little choppy. In fact, I missed one match completely. I caught the end of another, watched another one, and then it just went completely down at intermission for me, and I just got tired of trying to pick it back up. So I went back and watched it, and I'm still going to say, wow, even with all its faults, that pay-per-view did absolutely amazing, Dave. Now, you got any more thoughts on this one, or do you want to go ahead and start out with the matches here and break it down?
I did have a little fanboy, and I do hate Cole, and I think Cole might be the worst champion in pro wrestling today. I have a lot of negatives. There was a lot of people on Facebook complaining they could not order it. So I don't know if Ustream had a problem. Ring of Honor has had problems with iPay-per-view in the past with Go Fight Live. I don't know what the situation is. I don't know if Ring of Honor is just bad luck, because I bought stuff from Go Fight Live, and I bought stuff from Ustream before, and there was absolutely no problems with it. So, to me, they have a reputation of messing up iPay-per-views. There was a lot of people on Facebook that tried to order it, but couldn't. It was like, yeah, you're just not ordering this. My neighbor, like 3 stories up, I'm the wrong way, 3 stories down, I'm retarded. My neighbor 3 stories down, he ordered it, and it was choppy as can be, and it was really bad to watch. The replays were pretty good. I don't know. It's kind of like when the network first came out. I wonder what your experience is. If you bought the iPay-per-view, what was your experience with it? As far as win, loss, or tie, I know this sounds bad. For New Japan, it was a huge loss. Their product is a lot better than that, and it's sad that they think. But as a pay-per-view, overall, it's a win. Even though I left angry and said I fucking hate Adam Cole, even though it was choppy, I'm happy that my friend spent $15. I didn't spend the $15. I spent the $15 last week, and this week he spent $15. And it was choppy as shit. But with that said, I'm glad he ordered it. I'm glad we had fun. But I honestly think New Japan could have done a lot better. I don't think the booking was in their favor. I don't, so I'm going to give it a win. A lot of complaints, but I'm going to squeak out a win. Because at the end of the day, I'm like, I'll pay for the next $15 iPay-per-view. So, but there is a lot of complaints. booking has to be better. This was horribly booked, and the matches were not up. And you know what it is? I'm a New Japan fanboy, so the reason I'm a New Japan fanboy, I think maybe I had too much stock into it. Like, I was like, no, this is going to be amazing. Wrestle Kingdom, G1 level entertainment. And maybe I overhyped it. Booms, do you think I overhyped it? I'm still going to give it a weak win, but I'm giving it a win. What do you give it, and did you think I overhyped it, and that might have been the problem?
Yeah, I think that was the deal. I think you were expecting something on par with Wrestle Kingdom, maybe a little bit better than that. Me, I went in with an open mind. I'm like, I don't know what to expect because I don't know how they're going to try to book this, how they're going to try to promote it. This is a co-promotion here. So I didn't know what kind of way they were going to approach it. I think you approached it with, this is going to be like New Japan, but over here in America, and it's going to be like awesome. It's going to be on steroids. It's going to be amazing. And you had your expectations up here, and it's like, you know, we've all done that before, like going into a movie with, you know, overblown expectations, Phantom Menace, and then leave, you know, utterly disappointed. I mean, it happened. So me, I approached it like, I've watched Ring of Honor before, and I've watched New Japan before. I guess what you could call a casual fan with either of those organizations. So, I mean, I was just like, okay, you know what, I'm going to sit back, I'm just going to be a fan, and I'm just going to enjoy this. And I was entertained. I really did enjoy it. But going into it, let's take a look here. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Andy Paps, who you know, who's watching this live. So thank you very much, Andy. But it starts out, and now I will agree with you on a few things. Now, like when it starts out, they introduced the pay-per-view. It started out with the Bullet Club coming to the ring, or at least all the ones who were there that night. You had AJ Styles, of course, the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. You had Doc Gallows and Machine Gun Carl Anderson, and the Young Bucks. They came out there, you know, saying, hey, you know, whatever, I'm the greatest wrestler on God's green earth. Michael Elgin came out, and, you know, then he said something kind of ridiculous that, well, first of all, Okada's match had been canceled because, not Coleman, but Cedric Alexander. Somebody's going to tear me apart if I don't know this one, but yeah. That match was canceled because Cedric Alexander was injured by the Decade at the last pay-per-view, and then Okada came out, and then Elgin was saying that he wanted a triple threat. So then you had Nigel McGuinness come out. He talked to the chairman with New Japan, and he gave it the thumbs up. And then he said, Elgin, is that okay with you? Okay, thumbs up. Okada, I know you can't understand English, or maybe... or the words that are coming out of my mouth, but is this okay with you? And it's like, yeah, he nodded his head. It's totally okay with him. AJ Styles, you're the champion. Is it okay with you? And for some reason, AJ Styles goes, yeah. And I'm like, why?
Why would anyone say it's okay? Elgin, too. But go on.
Yeah, why would, and Elgin, of all people, going, this is what I want. You know, why? Why? Your chances drop theoretically from a 50-50 chance to a 33% chance automatically going into that. And also, if you're AJ Styles, why would you want a third man in there? I know you got to prove that you know you're the best or whatever, and you can let your arrogance do you in. But from just a champion standpoint, okay, now this is a three-way match. I can lose my title without even being pinned or submitted. Why would anybody want to do that? To me, that made absolutely no sense, and I thought it was forced. I thought it was, okay, some people are really pissed off that Elgin and Okada are not wrestling. We really need to get Okada's ass in the main event, otherwise some people might throw shit at us at the parking lot. So, okay, we got to find a way to shoehorn this in, and it felt forced. It didn't feel natural. If I'm champion, I'm going to say fucking no, fuck you. I'm not under no obligation to take on Okada. I'm going to take him on next week in Yokohama, Japan. You know what? He needs to wait patiently. You know, tonight I'm going to beat Michael Elgin, and I'm going to prove that I'm the best. And do it something like that, or maybe they try to like convince him, or they try to trick him.
Not even that, but why even ask? why even ask? Just be like, this is the match, fuck off. You know, the fact that they had to ask made it look, because, you know, if he just came in and said, yo, we're changing the main event, blah, 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 blah. And where did Roderick Strong go, by the way? Anyway, but yeah, the fact that they just changed the main event, like, and they're like, oh, is this cool? You cool with this? I think just made it, okay, this is a bad storyline, gone absolutely horrible. And the whole time I'm like, Ring of Honor, we don't watch you for your storylines. You know? So, yeah.
No, that's for sure.
That, it bothered me because, like, why would you ask? Why? Why would they say yes? Why would you ask? Why? Let's pretend that didn't happen.
Yeah, let's totally pretend that didn't happen. I will say it was positive. I believe, now please correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is the first time we've actually seen the Bullet Club in the United States. I
believe so. Don't quote me on that. It might be some indie event, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure you're correct on that. But, I mean, is it really the Bullet Club? It's usually Prince Devitt. I mean, come on. All right. I'm nitpicking now. With the Bullet Club.
Anyway, we're not gonna go down there. And yes, kids, we do know that WWE and Prince Devitt have come to terms, and also we've heard that Kenta has come to agreement, or soon will come to an agreement with WWE. So save those comments. We know they're coming, so we'll talk about that probably tomorrow night when we do the Raw review.
Still makes me.
Anyway, but we're gonna talk about Ring of Honor here. And the first match here, you had Forever Hooligans, Alex Kozlov and Rocky Romero teaming up with Takai Watanabe to take on ACH, Matt Taven, and Tommaso Ciampa in a six-man tag match. Now, Dave, I will say that this match was okay. It just felt really just slapped together. Like, okay, who do we not have on the card? Who's still hanging around here in the back? Okay, you guys, get on out there. We're gonna put together a six-man tag match. It kind of felt out of place. There was just too many different people in it. It just felt like they put it out there for the sake of putting it out there, for getting more people on the card. I like Forever Hooligans.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. After this match, I fucking love ACH.
Yeah,
he did some amazing, I mean, my God, I've seen suicide dives, but that was the most beautiful suicide dive I have ever seen. He got a full head of steam and just did a full flip, cleared the rope, boom. I mean, hit the Hooligans on the outside. That was just absolutely amazing. It was impressive. So ACH really stood out on that one. Taven won with like this fucked up front face DDT and got the win. I thought it was okay for what it was. I would have loved to have seen Team New Japan win this one with the Hooligans, but I thought it was a decent opener, and I'm glad that this one was the opener. I think this was kind of a weak match, but they went ahead and put it out first, kind of get people in the mood, and it got it out of the way, because I think if they would have done this any later in the card, it totally wouldn't have worked, but for what it was, for where they placed it, I think it was okay. Dave?
I'm all over the place on this, and that's how I am reviewing stuff. Out of all the new generation of Ring of Honor, the young guys, ACH is the only one that impresses me. I love ACH. He's absolutely amazing. I think because a lot of the Ring of Honor guys are getting older or getting signed on to contract somewhere else, and ACH out of the new class, I guess. Is that safe to say? New class is the only guy that makes me interested. I love ACH. I thought this was great. Forever Hooligans is good, but there's a problem in Japan, and it's going to be a controversial topic, but we'll bring up a controversial topic. Japanese wrestling fans. I was watching with a bunch of Japanese wrestling fans. They think American wrestling is racist, and they also think that New Japan is racist, and they think the only reason Prince Devitt didn't win the title is because Brock Lesnar fucked over IWGP, but then they put the title on AJ Styles. So race is a very big issue. Very big issue in Japan. WWE put a top 100 wrestling DVD out that charged $20 to $30 extra in Japan to buy the DVD. Not one Japanese wrestler in it. Not one Japanese wrestler in the top 100. Dave Bautista made the top 100. But not Inoki, not Muda, and all that. So there is, the way WWE, the way TNA treated Okada, the way WWE treats all Asian wrestlers, there is this understanding of, it's not really announced really loud, but every Japanese wrestling fan goes, wow, Americans are racist. And to start off a pay-per-view with all white guys and, well, black guys, but all Americans, and the Japanese guy takes the pin, I kid you not, I was surrounded by Japanese people, Japanese pro wrestling fans, and this was the response. Oh, I get it. American pro wrestling. That's what they got. So you have to know, when you're going to work with a Japanese company, you have to know Japanese people automatically assume American pro wrestling is racist. And you open up the card where the only Japanese guy in the match takes the pin. Dude, you have to fucking be smarter. You have to know your audience. You have to know the situation going into it. And I kid you not, as being the only white guy in the room, it was uncomfortable. It was uncomfortable. We're like, Ring of Honor, New Japan, yeah, woohoo, pro wrestling, first match. Good day, gentlemen. You just got up and leave. It is a huge factor. I have no idea why New Japan didn't win. And on top of that, you have to know, if you're going to do an international market, if you're going to try to win over Japanese pro wrestling fans, you have to know. TNA doesn't know. WWE doesn't know. No country, Japan or America, any country is going to watch a product of something they love, and their guy's the brunt of all jokes. If you came to watch New Japan Wrestling and every white guy was a joke and was a jobber, you'd be like, fuck that, I'm leaving. But yet, Japan has to take that. I just thought, I'm going to tell you, and you'd be like, oh, that's fucked up, Dave, you shouldn't talk about this shit. I'm telling you, I never felt more uncomfortable around my friends being a white guy during that match. That's it. And my whole thing is, maybe it's not fair for Ring of Honor. But if you look, angry racist people might have a point. They might have a point. Opening match, Okada looks like a schmuck. Ring of Honor's getting the best of New Japan all over Toronto. And you open up New York City, and the only Japanese guy in the match takes the pin. You have to know your audience. And that is a huge factor. You can't WWE and TNA this up. And I know it's very controversial, but I'm telling you, as a guy living in Japan with Japanese friends, watching this iPPV, I felt a little like, all right, let's see what happens next. But ACH is absolutely amazing on top. I just have to say the positive, too. But you have to say positive and negative. We're not going to be all positive all the time. But I can tell you, being in a room with 5 other people, being in a room with 5 other people from this country, it was awkward. Because you could just be like, oh, it's American wrestling. And you know exactly what they mean. All right.
I want to bet you, I'd like to think that your friend said, fucking hacker. Anyway, I'm going to disagree. I'm going to disagree with your assessment, Dave, but I'll do that later in the pay-per-view when we go a little bit deeper into it. Next match here, we saw the Decade, Roderick Strong, and that's the tandem of Roderick Strong and B.J. Whitmer. The Decade taking on the tag team of Ghetto and Jato. I thought it started out as kind of slow, but they kind of found their groove in it, and the ending was the absolute best. There was, all 4 men in the ring. They're slugging it out. It's like a Texas tornado match. Jato smacked Strong from the outside with a steel chair. I thought, okay, that's it. And Strong Whitmer, they came back. They hit a kick on Ghetto, got the win. Man, poor Ghetto, man. He's 0 for 2 over here in the Western Hemisphere this past couple of weeks. But I will say that I enjoyed the match. For one, I didn't know that Ghetto and Jato were that old. But I think they're both in, their late 40s now, early 50s. I mean, they said they've been teamed together for 22 years now.
Yeah.
That's absolutely amazing. The match itself, I thought it started out slow, but the ending, it really picked up, and I think it had a pretty good ending. So just for the ending, I'll give that match a win. So, Dave, what did you think about the tag match here? Come on, man. Your homeboy, Roderick Strong, came out with the W.
Yeah, I'm very happy for Roderick Strong, and I just think he deserved a better match. I always think that. I have no idea how fucking Adam Cole is champion, but Roderick Strong and Steen ain't. It's just, man, I will like Ring of Honor so much better when Adam Cole is not champion. I just thought they deserved better than this, but it was a decent match. I enjoyed it a lot. It was a great tag team match. All right, go ahead.
All right, all right. Next match here we had the Ring of Honor Ring of Honor Television Championship on the line. The champion Jay Lethal with Truth Martini in his corner, taking on one half of the Time Splitters, Kushida. Dave, you know what? I'm just going to say this. Kushida has jumped on my radar this year. First saw him at Wrestle Kingdom in January, and after, especially, I've been following him a little bit. I do stress a little bit since then, and I will say this: since he got up on my radar, I like this kid more and more and more. He's absolutely amazing in this match. Jay Lethal, he was on top of his game. This is what this co-promoted pay-per-view is all about. They found people and opponents that mesh well together, that had similar styles. This was an absolutely phenomenal match. If you didn't see it, you really need to check it out. Kushida almost got the upset. Count was Truth Martini interrupted the count by pulling out the referee. Todd Sinclair threw out Truth Martini. I was like, okay, here we go. And I was thinking, damn, Dave was maybe right, man. He was gonna, maybe they'll do an upset here, have one of these guys win a Ring of Honor title. And then Lethal did this fucking sick. It was like a springboard, did a flip in the ropes, back out, hit an RKO, boom, got the pin. He calls that the Lethal Injection, got the pin. Absolutely amazing singles match. Kushida, nothing to be ashamed of. He had a great showing in that match. Keep your eye on this guy. Keep your eye on Kushida. He is, I mean, this kid's going to be something. He's doing phenomenal. Jay Lethal already knew how good he was, but I mean, I've never seen him as a heel before. And I like, kind of seeing this heel side of him, and these two put on a very great match. Dave, what did you think about it?
This match was absolutely amazing, and I got a question. You watched 2 Ring of Honor iPPVs in a row. Is it me? And granted, Gabe once said it doesn't matter where the good matches happen. They like us to mix it up. The main event doesn't always have to be the best match. Gabe said that back in old school Ring of Honor days. But am I wrong in saying the first half of both iPay-per-views were better than the second half? It seems like the best wrestling happens in the first half of a Ring of Honor iPay-per-view. Am I wrong for thinking that? I think the better matches are before intermission.
Yeah, I mean, there were some great matches. I don't want to say that the second half was bad by any means. I just think these guys gave us a little bit more in the first half, but that's just that's just my thoughts on it.
Sweet. I have a ghost. No one's in my room, and someone threw Ampaman blocks in there. That's creepy. You see that, dude? Maybe now we can be part of a Ghost Watch show. I thought this match was amazing. It was a 5-star match. I don't enjoy Jay Lethal as a heel, but I'm okay to go with it. I think Roddy should be the heel with the Book of Truth, and I don't know, just Jay Lethal. I don't mean this as an insult, but he's like too cute. He's a baby face. Like, he's like, I'm mad at you, and you're like, oh, Jay Lethal, I love you. Like, you're pinching his cheek. But besides that, I think it was pretty awesome. And once again, you're starting off a pay-per-view. What's Team New Japan looking like? And what I was doing, like, people were getting antsy, leaving, because I got to watch it, I guess on New Japan side of the house. A couple people were leaving, people were getting antsy, and I was like, in my head, thinking as a wrestler, I'm like, Liger's going to fucking win. Liger's going to win. They're not going to embarrass New Japan like this. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But I thought the match was amazing. I'm just nitpicking here. But I think, outside of those complaints, I believe this was a hell of a match. All right, go ahead.
All right, next, the Bullet Club here put the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championships on the line. Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows defending against the Briscoe brothers, Mark and Jay Briscoe. Now, this one was this was a fucking fight. This is exactly what this was. I mean, these were big, tough guys beating the crap out of each other. Went to the outside. All 4 men in the ring, even some high flying in there, but Anderson and Gallows hit the Magic Killer for the win on Jay Briscoe. A handshake at the end. I think it was a little too short for my taste, but I think it was an absolutely great match. This was something when on paper I was like, oh, wow, this could actually be pretty good. And it was actually pretty good. Could have been a little bit better. Yeah, I think if it would have ran a little bit longer, I think it would have been better than what it was. But what it was not bad by any means. So I'd give, wow, I mean, that's all I can really say about it is, and Dave, I mean, do you have the same assessment I've got on it? Are you loving it?
I enjoyed it, but I was the opposite. I thought this match would have got eaten alive in a New York City crowd. I was worried that maybe Bullet Club would be too slow and too stiff. Maybe that's why they made it short. Maybe they had a fear of that style not getting over in New York. But I'm happy that it did. I liked the match. And right about now, I knew pay-per-view profits were screwed. I'm like, I'm pretty sure everyone I picked lost. So I enjoyed it, but I thought if a New Japan team was going to lose, I thought the Briscoes were the ones that are going to beat it. So it's kind of, to me, it's a bit weird. But once again, you know, I thought, the whole time I thought Liger was going to win. I thought Liger was going to win. Let's get to that monster at the end of the book.
All right.
I enjoyed it a lot. I think they made it short because they didn't know if that style was going to get over in New York. That's just my conspiracy theory, a wrestling theory.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Next year, you had the IWGP Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura, the King of Strong Style, versus Mr. Wrestling himself, Kevin Steen. Non-title match. Now, again, just like the Jay Lethal, I almost forgot his name there for a second, Kushida match, this one delivered. I mean, this was as advertised. These were two tough guys who work a stiff style. They just put them in the ring and said, let them go. And these two beat the crap out of each other. We're talking, I thought it was over with the Death Valley Driver from the top rope. Nakamura kicked out. I mean, my God, these two beat the crap. I mean, sit down power bomb, chops. I mean, these guys just let it all hang out. You had Nakamura. He got the win. I mean, just wow. This was just two larger than life guys that work a stiff style. Went in there and put it all out there for the crowd, and the crowd just absolutely ate it up. So I will say props to them. That was a great match. This is exactly what this pay-per-view is all about.
This was a great match, and I can't say anything negative about it except one thing, and it's not even a real negative thing. I just overhyped this match in my head. Like, in my head, I was expecting so much, and they delivered a lot, but sometimes overhype kills it. I absolutely love this match. And I liked everything about it. It's just the end, the storyline. I think they took away from a great match. Like, they were like, who the fuck was the guy that came out? Gunner? That's not his name. But who the fuck came out to fucking... Steen was about to retire because he had children, and then Gunner came out.
No, that was Silas Young.
Yeah.
Silas, I'm glad you mentioned that. Silas Young went down there and says, no, I'm going to agree with these people for once. No, you shouldn't retire, but you know what? And I love this. This guy is probably, I mean, boom, he skyrocketed as like the best heel in the fucking business because he had everybody fucking hating him. I mean, they were chanting, fuck you, Silas. I mean, he had them all pissed off. he said, you know what? Why don't you just quit, and then your son can grow up to be a quitter just like you, and then just, oh shit, Steen crawled right back in the ring, and these two started going at it. They pulled out security, referees, trying to break this up. Steen did a dive off from the top rope down to the floor, missed young, but caught all the security. It's obviously this is a tease to, probably going to be an encounter at the next pay-per-view in next month, which, wow, I kind of want to see this now. I mean, it did its job. It makes me want to see this match. Silas Young actually kind of reminds me of, it would be like what would happen if Magnum TA and John Holmes had a bastard son. That's what Silas Young looks like to me. But he also reminded me, and this is a compliment going way back here, he reminded me a lot of Rick Rude. And I'm not just talking about his mustache. I'm talking about just how he carried himself, his demeanor. It was like full-blown on, when he was red hot. Rick Rude when he was a fucking heel before he got the neck injury in Japan. But, wow. That's exactly who Silas Young reminds me of.
I don't know. I'm all over the place on this one. One, I don't like the storyline because it took away from a great match. Two, the announcers were like, why is Young coming down? And I was like, I'm asking myself the same exact fucking thing. I like where the feud is going. They're building someone up. I like it. I had mixed feelings about it. I had mixed feelings. I thought it was disrespectful to the match they just had. I know you got to try to get a lot of new fans to watch your iPPV, and you have to build up these young stars. Because to be completely honest, if you haven't been in Ring of Honor for 2 years and you're not ACH, I have no interest in you whatsoever. Like, if you're one of the new Ring of Honor guys, I'm just like, oh, whatever. I mean, I call you the Adam Cole generation. Dun, 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 I don't give a shit. It's ACH and old Ring of Honor guys. But maybe this will help carry him up, and it will build it up. I just thought the time was a bit weird, and who knows. But then we went to, that was intermission match, right?
Yes, that was intermission.
Intermission, hold on. Can I just say one thing about intermission? First off, Ring of Honor has the weirdest fucking intermissions ever with just random music. But when they played Mulan, Be a Man, I lost my shit. They just had Ring of Honor. They had Ring of Honor in the background, and like they're cutting promos, lying there, audio. I have no idea what Ustream's doing. But like you just see these feuds. It's like, Be a Man. I was like, bravo. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but best intermission ever. And the JR comedy shit coming back on the countdown, this ain't the fucking news. I just don't find that funny. But in Ring of Honor, definitely has the weirdest intermissions in all of wrestling. Did you see the Be a Man, or did you just skip past that?
No, I skipped past that.
Yeah, they had Mulan. You know that song, Be a Man? I was like, dude, this is the greatest thing ever. Because I watched live, I couldn't skip it.
Much as Dave Kocosports.
Exactly. It's definitely the weirdest intermissions in the business. In Ring of Honor, you got that hands down. You think Dragon Gate and Chikara and all those crazy feds out there have crazy? No, you win the medal, gold medal for craziest intermissions ever. Congratulations. All right.
I don't know. Last week it was Tart to Top when they were playing Toto and Wham and Michael Jackson during intermission, but I think they did it this week. They picked things back up with Michael Bennett versus Tanahashi. This match, in my opinion, I don't know if it was so good to come back from intermission with this one. The thing about this match was the story they were telling with this is Tanahashi is kind of, and I guess Dave can testify to this, that Tanahashi is kind of sort of like the John Cena of Japan. He's the pretty boy who makes all the comebacks. The story with this one was that Michael Bennett and Maria were pretty much hell-bent on winning, and they will do anything to win. And you saw that a lot. You saw Maria interrupt the matches. It was actually got funny when she kissed the referee to distract him, so Michael Bennett could hit Tanahashi.
I'm sorry, I never wanted to be a referee a day in my life until that day. I was like, I'm fat and ugly, and she has to kiss me because I'm a referee? I was like, where the fuck was my guidance counselor on that one?
Yeah, I know.
Dude,
you're going to be a referee, but you're going to get kissed by this redhead.
I never wanted to be a referee more in my life than that match. I was like 16 years old, and I was jealous. Because, if Bennett gets the girl, you're like, oh, well, I'm not good looking. Look at him. But when the referee gets a kiss, you're like, wait, I'm fat and ugly. I can do this.
This was, and you know what? This was actually a really good match. I mean, that aside, there was a tiger suplex on the ring apron that looked absolutely brutal. I thought, okay, Tanahashi's going to lose this one because there's just too much interference. But no, he hit the high fly flow and got a 3 count. It started out kind of slow, but I mean, they had some brutal spots in there. I think maybe the distraction was a little too much. Maybe that's the point. At one point, you had Tanahashi putting Maria in the clover leaf. You had super kicks flying everywhere. I'm not going to say it wasn't bad, Dave. I just think it kind of was like the whole interference thing kind of took away from the match. But from what I did see with the match, especially from the stuff with the outside, especially like the tiger plex on the ring apron, you know what? It was still a pretty good match, and I really, really did enjoy it.
You know what? It did have a lot of interference, and it could have been a lot better, but there's really strong, I say internet reports, but also here we have a lot of newspaper and magazines that cover pro wrestling. There's a lot of strong reports that Tanahashi is not 100%. Like, not even close. People are begging him to take time off. Now, granted, how much is that kayfabe? How much is it not? But I think the reason why there were so many distractions and comedy spots is because Tanahashi's not 100%. They wanted to hide that. I enjoyed the match a lot, but like I said, it could have been better pure wrestling. But I think Ring of Honor and New Japan, this is just me, a wrestling theory, worked out a way to hide the fact that Tanahashi isn't 100%. Because Tanahashi, when he is 100%, is one of the top 3 wrestlers in the world. So I think this was more of a protection and still having him on the show type deal. I could be wrong, but that is my wrestling theory. But I enjoyed it. But like I said, if that's the first time you ever saw Tanahashi, please don't judge him for that. Go on YouTube and see how great of a wrestler he is. He's he has the support of John Cena and has the character of John Cena as far as being booked, only he can back it up in the ring. So, that'd be awesome if dun 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 Adam Cole could do so.
All right. Next here, this was a tag match that, in my opinion, stole the show. You had the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, members of the Bullet Club, the Young Bucks, and that's Nick and Mike Jackson, taking on Red Dragon. That's the tandem of Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, who brought UFC fighter Tom Lawler to ringside with them.
Florida's own Tom Lawler.
Yeah,
I got to watch him wrestle for Santee.
What I liked about this match was that it had a different feel to it. You had the cocky heels, the Young Bucks. Then you had Red Dragon, which I think technically are still heels, so this was heel on heel action. But they brought out Tom Lawler, and he brought out this little banner, kind of like what they do with MMA, and it had kind of they treated it. It was like it was a professional wrestling match, but they kind of gave it this MMA feel. And there was a lot of MMA moves, triangle chokes, arm bars, and this was just insane. I mean, I will say this: the Young Bucks, since leaving TNA, have just completely hit their stride. It's like, wow, these guys absolutely blow me away. These guys just look how well choreographed this match was. I mean, just all the stuff. I mean, they even got, I think it was Bobby Fish to pile drive his own tag team partner at one point. If you're like, what the fuck? No, check out the fucking match. The Jackson brothers, I mean, these guys know what the other one's going to do. So, I mean, they just did like super kick combos, pile driver combos. I mean, just no wasted motion. One hits and the other one hits. It's absolutely amazing. And then Red Dragon, bringing that mixed martial arts style into this. These two guys, I'm trying to. I mean, there's a only way to. I mean, it was moving so fast. It was just spot after spot after spot after spot. It was just absolutely amazing. Even Lawler, even Tom Lawler got into it there, a little bit, interfered on behalf of Red Dragon there, but it ended in a very realistic fashion. You had O'Reilly put a armbar on Matt. Then you had Bobby hold off his brother Nick. Matt had no choice. He tapped out. And boom, we got new tag team champions. This was just an amazing tag match. You had a lot of false finishes to it. Lawler was great in his role. I mean, this was an absolutely amazing match. So I will say this: if you've only got like enough time to watch one match, please let this be the one match that you watch. This is an absolute must-see. I want to see more of the Young Bucks in the United States. I really do. After this, I thought about, hey, I wonder if WWE would sign. No, WWE probably would not sign these guys. Yeah, they got the brother thing going for them. That helps. But WWE's going to take one look at them and say they're too small, and then they ripped off John Morrison. That's all they're going to say. But their loss is Japan's gain. Absolutely amazing tag team. Red Dragon fucking stepped it up. They looked absolutely amazing in this match. So, guys, I don't care how, but you need to watch this match.
Yeah, this is the match of the night. This was 5-star, stole the show, absolutely amazing. If anyone got huge value out of this working together, it was the Young Bucks. Everyone was putting Young Bucks over, even JR. Tom Lawler got to go out with Red Dragon, and I appreciate that. Florida guy. He worked on Independence. Very entertaining MMA fighter, but on the brink of not being in the UFC and being in the UFC. He has a huge fight, I think, coming up in the UK soon, or Ireland. I think that still counts in the UK. Europe. Let's just be safe. He has a huge fight coming up in Europe, and he's very entertaining. Great guy in Florida. I got to watch him on the Indies wrestle Bruce Santee, so that was an honor. So I think, it was cool to see him at Ring of Honor, because if he gets cut from the UFC or his fighting career doesn't go, it's hard to be in the UFC. It really is, percentage-wise, all that. Just it's against you. Not even how hard the sport is. Just being in the UFC percentage-wise is hard. So it's nice that, maybe he could fall back on this. And Tom Lawler is friggin' hilarious. You can follow him on Twitter, and I got everyone that worked with him in Florida just speaks so highly of him. I got to see him go against Bruce Santee, so it was cool to see Tom Lawler part of that. I want to thank and say fuck you at the same time to one person. Booms. On K5 Radio, they say I go on a tangent, but this is connected somehow. I would like to thank and say fuck you to Booker T. The reason why they're not, the reason they're not in WWE is because Booker T bitched out that he didn't shake his hands. That's the real reason. So, maybe you should stop with the ass-kissing fucking of pro wrestling and decide with talent. Or, you can just go up to the young guys and be like, hey, I'm Booker T. Nice to meet you. I think this should be a knock. I love Booker T. But this should be a knock on his career. You fucked over the Young Bucks being in WWE right now. They could be. Could you imagine Young Bucks versus the Usos on a WWE pay-per-view? Take my fucking money now. But the Bullet Club and gets it, and not all that. But maybe them being cut motivated them, because they are way better than they were a couple years ago. Right now, they might be the best tag team in the world, and they stole the show with the two best wrestling companies. So, mad props to you. So I say thank you, Booker T, for letting New Japan and Worlds have the Young Bucks, but fuck you, because they should be on a way bigger stage. I hope you don't fucking sleep at night, Booker T. So thank you, and fuck you. I still love you. Alright, but yeah, definitely match of the night. Like I said, this is a review show. When something is so good, it's hard to put into words. I guess the only thing you can say is you need to watch it. You just need to go find it and watch that match. Alright, you ready there?
Yes, next we move to the two main events. First, you had the Ring of Honor Championship on the line. Adam Cole defending against Jushin Thunder Liger. First of all, Jushin Liger had a great intro. I didn't know about his intro video. There was actually an anime somewhat based off his character. Bio Armor, Jushin Liger. I may have to go check that out because I'm actually an anime fan, so I may have to go see if I can dig that out.
Tiger Mask has his own cartoon too. Tiger Mask has his own cartoon.
I'm actually hoping it's not just in Japanese, or I can at least, at bare minimum, find it with English subtitles. So I may have to check that out. But we all fucking marked out. They did bring that up, that how long Liger had been going at it, and they did mention that when Liger debuted, Adam Cole was, I don't think he'd even been born yet.
Yeah, he wasn't.
That kind of gives you kind of clue how long he's been going. So they kind of sold how much of a legend is. I mean, the guy's what, almost 50, about 50 years old. I mean, the guy,
yeah, he's very old. He was in that super famous class with Hashimoto and Muda.
Yeah, he was in there with Muda and Masahiro Chono, and yeah, believe me, there's a fucking who's fucking list of professional wrestling right there. I thought it was okay. I think the reason they did this is because Jushin Liger was absolutely somebody that the Ring of Honor knew, the American fans knew, that the American fans would get behind against Adam Cole. Everybody fucking became, I mean, I watched that whole crowd become like fucking 5-year-old kids again and just fucking mark out, oh my god, it's Jushin Liger! Oh my god, he's going to do some flippy flips and loop-de-loos. Not to take it away from him, it was like I knew he wasn't going to win, but for a moment there, you're kind of like, wow, we're watching Jushin Thunder Liger just wrestle live right here in front of us. This is amazing. Here in the United States, the match, I mean, I think it was a good, solid title defense match. They're trying to solidify Adam Cole is the top heel in Ring of Honor. He won with a figure-4 leg lock. The crowd's still, showing a lot of respect for Liger. I'm not going to say it was a great match. I think this was more to, hey, we got to find somebody against Cole that solidifies him as a bad guy, but we got to find somebody from Japan that the fans are going to get behind. And even though if this was an actual New Japan show, it's like, say it was flip-flopped, say they sent Adam Cole defending the Ring of Honor Championship to New Japan in Japan, I guarantee you New Japan would not be throwing Liger at him.
Yeah. I honestly, I thought Liger was going to win the whole time. And I stressed this out in the beginning of the show, I can't stress it out. Adam Cole might be a good wrestler, but dude, he just kills fucking crowds. And I don't think he's worthy. I don't think he's worthy of the title. I don't think he's worthy of fucking fighting Liger. I don't think he's worthy of even being on the Ring of Honor roster. I don't fucking see it. And it's not like, at least John Cena, you can be like, I hate him. Prior to tonight, I didn't even hate him, and I don't even hate him now. But like if I asked
Dave,
him,
I'm going to ask you this question here: do you hate Adam Cole because he's that good of a heel, or do you just hate him because Ring of Honor doesn't have anybody, and that's the best they can do for their heel champion?
Yeah, I don't even think I hate him as a heel. I just hate him as a human being, and I don't even hate him. I just don't want him to exist anymore. Like, if he had success doing something else, that'd be great. I mean, I even gave him a chance. It's like, why the fuck is Adam Cole the Ring of Honor champion? And then when someone told me it's been a year, then I'm like, are you fucking for real? This kid's never getting over. And then the whole, I'm a heel. No. You don't fucking end the pay. You don't kill a crowd when you're a heel. Liger comes out, yeah! Dun, 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 dun! That's not a heel. That's just no one with fucking reaction. And then when you win, yeah, Liger goes, dun, 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 dun.
Bear in mind, Dave, they followed a very tough act. I mean, they were just coming off the Young Bucks Red Dragon match. That would be difficult for anybody to follow up.
Liger got a pop. Liger got a reaction.
I'm playing devil's advocate here.
AJ Styles got a reaction. They all had to follow the Young Bucks. Why? You're starting to become a John Cena, Adam Cole defender. All I'm saying is Liger followed that match.
Name calling.
I'm sorry. I honestly think he's worth. I'm gonna say it. Fuck it. Downvote now, Ring of Honor fans. He's worse than John Cena. He's worse than John. At least you get the joy of hating John Cena. I mean, you don't even enjoy it. Like, he's not even. That's the problem. The problem is he's not a bad wrestler. He's just not good enough. So you can't, like, John Cena can be like, oh, you can't fucking wrestle. Fuck yourself. And you're like, oh, yeah, well, yeah, I understand why you hate. He should be main eventing some independent in the middle of Nebraska, And yeah, that's great. Maybe he should be opening dark matches for Ring of Honor. Great. He should not be fighting Liger. He should not be the champion. And you know what? I gave the kid a chance. You know, like, hey, I'm the Great Gatsby of Ring of Honor and TNA. I just want him to be good like back in the old days. You know what? I can't even Great Gatsby this. I'm just like, dude, no. Get off the fucking television. And the whole thing is, you could be like, well, a heel makes you excited. The only reason I bought this fucking iPPV is because of New Japan. I watched when Steen was champion, when Briscoe was champion, I watched every episode of Ring of Honor television. I'm going to go, I don't know what's going on with Ring of Honor. You know why? Because I don't give a shit about Adam Cole! I don't give a shit! A heel's like, no, a good heel is, you know, maybe, you know, oh, I want that guy to fucking lose. Fuck him, he's got to fucking lose.
Silas Young would be a good example.
Yeah, you know, like even John Cena, I'll fucking buy a pay-per-view to fucking watch him lose. Not anymore, I don't even give a shit about John Cena, but at least I was like, no, he's got to lose. I don't even watch the show. Like, yeah, you know why I watch these shows? Because New Japan was going to be there. I stopped watching, and the whole thing is, I didn't even do it on purpose. Like, a lot of times you're like, I'm going to stop watching TNA. Fuck that. I did not do it on purpose. Not once did I say, hey, I'm going to stop watching Ring of Honor. I was like, Steen, Briscoe, Cole, yeah, I'm not watching. And it wasn't even fuck Adam Cole, I'm not watching. It was purely natural. Adam Cole is the champion, I stopped watching Ring of Honor. That's not the heel heat you want. That's not, you know, and it's been, and like my whole thing is like, oh, is Adam Cole getting over yet? And then I watched these two iPay-per-views, I'm like, it's been, and I think the fucking kicking nuts was, I'm like, dude, how long are they giving this Adam Cole a chance? When is he going to get over? And he's like, oh, he's been champ for over a year. I'm like, I'm fucking done. I'm done. I mean, if you can't even get a fucking reaction, like, for real, if New Japan is not part of Ring of Honor, I'm not watching it until Adam Cole goes. And it's not even a big thing like, oh, fuck, I'm not watching it. Like, you know, we don't watch SmackDown. But that happened gradually. That's the same thing with Ring of Honor. And now I'm fucking putting the pieces together. Briscoe's title run, watched every show. Steen's title run, watched every show. Champions after that, watched every show. And I was like, oh, Adam Cole might be popular one day, and just stopped watching. Oh yeah, he's a great fucking heel. Yeah, you have to fucking fly in talent from around the world to fucking get him. You know what? No, I'm here to kill the crowd. Boom, boom. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, you did a good job. So let's move on here.
You defend Adam Cole.
Dave, before I talk about the main event here, do I need to give you some time to slather your bottom thoroughly with Vaseline?
You know what? I think I hate Adam Cole more than I hate Okada losing. At least AJ Styles has talent. I think the anger is over. You know how there's winners and losers? This feud, the big winner was the Young Bucks. The big fucking loser. The big fucking loser. Who's the big loser, Johnny? I'll tell you who the big loser is. The big fucking loser is Okada. Okada is the best wrestler in the world, and he fucking looks like shit. Ever since AJ Styles came along, the booking has been completely horrible. Why the fuck did he lose that tag team match in Toronto? And you know what? Fuck it. If we're gonna fuck Okada, might as well go all out. You know, it's like seeing Batista rape a diva in the back. I'm making this up. It's like seeing a big guy rape a small girl, and you're like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna try to stop. And then they start raping you, and you're like, all right, you know what? I did my part. That's what this is like. It is fucking horrible. It's just like, yeah, all right, we're gonna fucking rape who Okada was. We're gonna fucking make him a horrible human being. Fuck it, dude. Fuck it. Let's just TNA this whole fucking thing up. Fuck it. But still, Adam Cole is worse. All right, go ahead.
No,
go ahead. Break it down, Booms. While I just sit here trying to calm the fuck down.
I know. You know, I think it's safe to say, kids, that Dave Kokotas is not very high on Adam Cole. Now, moving along to other things, we had the three-way for the IWGP World Heavyweight Title. You had the defending champion AJ Styles versus Kazuchika Okada with Ghetto in his corner versus Michael Elgin. This was a three-way match. I think it was good. Again, I think the main events were letdowns in my opinion. This included because you just kind of had like this three-way just kind of thrown together, and it was just it didn't work for me. And God bless him, Michael Elgin. Michael Elgin was there for one reason and one reason only, to take the fucking fall. That's the only reason he was in there. Now, there was a trade-off. It was, okay, Michael, you're going to have to lose because we can't have Okada getting pinned by Styles, and we got to save this big event and possible title change for Yokohama. So you're going to have to take the pin, but I'll tell you what. If you'll go in there, we'll make you not like a schmuck. And they made Elgin look pretty good. He looked, I mean, he might as well have been Superman. And the Incredible Hulk combined into one. He was just picking, I mean, he gave a back suplex and a fallaway slam to both AJ and Okada at the same time. He was always in the mix. At one point, it looked like he was about to win it. He was playing spoiler. Okada looked like he was about to get the upper hand, but Elgin broke up the, interrupted the lariat. It ended with Okada hitting the Rainmaker on Elgin, but Styles flew and hit a flying forearm to Okada, knocked him to the outside. That set up Elgin for the hit to hit Elgin with the Styles Clash. He retains. Of course, he's celebrating. Then Adam Cole and cue Dave's like shitty John Cena music. Clocks everybody with the belt, says he's the best in the world, and then we sign off. The match itself was actually pretty good. I kind of wish it was not the absolute main event because of the way that it ended. Because it ends with Cole for fuck it, why not? He goes in there, clocks everybody with the belt, says I'm the best in the world. And that's how you're going to go out. Now, if it's the absolute last match, like him versus Liger. And, after everything's over and he goes, yeah, I'm the best in the world, does the same thing, it works. But it just didn't work. I think it made everybody look bad. Hell, if I'm AJ Styles or Okada or Elgin, I'm beating the shit out of Cole like right then and there. But I know that it's Ring of Honor. I know it's their show. Out of all the matches, I think Ring of Honor edged out New Japan by one match. It was like 5 wins to New Japan's 4, which is not too bad. And you got to, Ring of Honor's got to make themselves look good, but they kind of did it at the expense of some people that are arguably, well, hell, not arguably, they are better than Adam Cole. And maybe that's the point, to piss everybody off. But I don't think you need to do that at the expense of the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion and probably one of the best wrestlers, or actually probably the best wrestler on the face of the earth today, Okada, and plus one of your up-and-coming stars that you keep promoting the hell out of at Ring of Honor, Michael Elgin. Don't want to do that. So, the match itself, pretty good. Didn't like the way it ended. I think they protected everybody in there, which was kind of a shame because they didn't take any risk. I'm interested to see, Dave, where they're going to take this, because now you're going to have Styles versus Okada return match in Yokohama. And I'm thinking, something we touched on in the last show was that if Okada wins it back, then the IWGP World title officially becomes a prop, which you don't want. But in a way, you don't want it to become a prop, but you kind of want Okada to win too. So it's kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, Yokohama's going to be a mixed crowd reaction because the problem is, I don't know. I think they booked themselves into a corner, and I think they gave up too much. You're saying, and I'm gonna little Ring of Honor bash here and New Japan praise, but it has to be said. New Japan is going to sell out baseball stadiums. Ring of Honor is not going to sell out Baltimore. That's the fucking difference. It shouldn't have been this close, and I don't care what anyone says. Maybe I'm too much of a New Japan fan. The Ring of Honor won this series, and it was bad. It was just bad. And as far as all those people...
New Japan did not look like slouches either, and even in the matches they lost, they still looked good. They looked solid. I mean, it was... they looked like tough competition. This was not something where they looked like a bunch of pushovers. Everybody looked good. Even Kushida, when he lost against Jay Lethal, he looked absolutely amazing in that match.
So, please in the comments put win, loss, or tie.
I mean, come on. Young Bucks, they're part of New Japan. They lost. We just said they had the match of the night. So, I think New Japan came out looking great.
I don't.
And I would be remiss if I didn't mention this. The pay-per-view iPay-per-view ends with a bartender fixing a martini, and the guy picking it up is Christopher Daniels. And he says he's coming, and then somebody comes up. You don't see his face, but we can pretty much, it's safe to assume it's Frankie Kazarian. That, hey, I'm coming back. I'm coming home to Ring of Honor, and I'm not coming alone. That gets me hyped up. Maybe they're going to make their debut at the pay-per-view in June. So, and that's how it goes off, and I think it was absolutely amazing.
I thought it was really good. I won't use the word amazing, and I'm really happy Christopher Daniels is coming back, and hopefully he brings Kaz, because I found those guys to be completely hilarious, but I hope they get treated good. I'd like to see them come to New Japan. I just disagree. I think New Japan looked bad. I think at the end of the day, as a New Japan wrestling fan, it wasn't worth it. Like, if someone came to me and said, oh, do you think the Ring of Honor, for Ring of Honor, it was totally worth it. But to me, and granted, maybe it's because I'm a New Japan fan. Maybe it's because I live in Japan. But if you had to ask me honestly, was this worth it? No. Was it worth it? $15? Yeah. Will I keep watching? Yeah, but I'm only watching if New Japan's there. Because, down on Facebook, people are saying, oh, but Cole's going to get you to fucking, you hate him, you're going to watch him. No, I'm not. I can promise you this. As Cole is champion, I have no interest in Ring of Honor. If New Japan's not there, I'm not watching your fucking product. I just have no interest in it. None. So this whole, he's a heel, he's getting you riled up, yeah, that's great.
You're going to watch it again.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. No, New Japan's there, I'm going to buy it for it. But really, spoiler, there's events in between the New Japan events. You know what I mean? There's TV every week. There's house shows. There's the fucking iPPVs probably. So there's the problem. You could be like, oh, he's a heel, he's getting you riled up. Yeah, but a good heel riled up is, I want to watch. I have no interest in watching Ring of Honor until New Japan returns. None. None whatsoever. So, yeah, there's your heel champ.
You know what, guys? I'm going to disagree with Dave. I could not disagree more. I think it was a great pay-per-view. I think New Japan looked just as good as Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor, trying to turn things around, since they've pretty much been rated by WWE. They had a great pay-per-view, great co-promoted. Everybody looked good in this that participated. Some things, didn't go quite as well, but if I had to rank it on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, I'd give it a 7.5. There were some few things that I disagreed with. I'm not a huge fan of Adam Cole as the champion, but I'm not going to take it just to an extreme like Dave, does. Well, I'm not going to watch any of their stuff. I'm not going to watch any
not so fast. Not so fast. I want it to be clear. This isn't an extreme. When's the last time you watched Ring of Honor? I'll tell you exactly when the last time I watched Ring of Honor. When Adam Cole won the title. It's not an extreme. There was just no interest. An extreme would be like, I'm making a stance. No! I remember him winning the title going, oh, maybe he'll be good one day. And then I slowly stopped watching. And it's been a year. No. Making a stance is like, fuck no, I'm not going to watch fucking WWE until Daniel Bryan's champ. That's making a stance. I'm not making a stance. I'm not being an extremist. As soon as he won the fucking title, I stopped watching. I thought it was a coincidence, but now that I watched Ring of Honor again, it's not a coincidence. All right, let's go to some live comments and then wrap this up. Andy Paps was in the live comments. Appreciate it. Mike Ashman left some comments. I'm going to read them real quick. ROH versus New Japan Wrestling Global Wars and World Wars was a gift by the pro wrest gods. We call him Terry Funk. And the times of mainstream pro wrest fuckery. And I agree with a lot of this. That's why I gave it a slight win. These back-to-back events prove that pro wrest lives. Toronto was awesome, I guess. Hold on. Goddamn YouTube. Dude, Booms, I fixed YouTube. You say pay-per-view profits and explain why we're changing pay-per-view profits, because YouTube's comment system sucks a pooping.
Yeah, there was pay-per-view profits, and thank you to each and every one of you who participated. But there was one person who put out their picks, but for some reason it didn't show up in when I went to go look on it on YouTube, comments weren't showing up, and Dave was like, "You're leaving somebody out." And I said, "No," and I said, "I'm dead serious. I'm looking at this. I can't see what in the hell you're talking about." So Dave sent me the picks, and this person wound up winning pay-per-view profits. That is Marky Mark. He won pay-per-view profits. He got he did amazing. He did a 7 out of 9. Me and Dave tied. Zachary Watts, you came in a close second. You got 6 correct picks. So congratulations to our top runners here. So thank you, each and every one of you who participated. I guess we're going to have to do this differently from now on. We're actually going to have to do this over at Kocosports.com, do that in the blogs. And no, this is just not some kind of ploy to, get people to go to our website and sign up, because, I mean, it's for one, it's absolutely free, so it's not like it's not like we're getting any money or anything out of it, but the person, you're missing the point. The person who won pay-per-view profits, I couldn't see their picks because fucking YouTube and Google fucking up, not working. So, I mean, it's one thing if we don't see, like, somebody's question or comment. Okay, it sucks, but no harm, no foul. But when we're running contests like this, yeah, that's totally a big deal. So I think from now on, we're just going to have to do this over in the comment section over on Kocosports.com. So please, if you're not, please go over there, sign up, Kocosports.com, KOCOsports.com. Check it out, and congratulations to Marky Mark winning 7 out of 9, getting 7 out of 9 matches picked correctly. So, Dave, before we wrap this up, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions here.
All right, can I go to live comments real quick, or you just want to skip that?
No, yeah, go ahead.
All right, so which goal? He goes on. Toronto was unbelievable, and New York City was just epic. I wish ROH and New Japan traded wins for booked matches. Build kind of felt ROH booking squash New Japan in New York City. Could just be me. Now, I agree with that. I don't think Boom Boom agrees with that, but me and Ashman are on the same page. I also believe Elgin was the safety net for the triple threat match that included Okada and Styles. Elgin is next up in line for ROH Championship, and where do you see Styles going as IWGP champ? Wow, that might be a stump the idiot one. That is a very tough question. I think he keeps the title for a while and then loses to Okada at a big event, maybe like G1. What do you believe is next for Okada? Hopefully a win. He needs a goddamn win. Personally, I think Okada was underbooked, maybe booked to be safe in this cross-promotional run. That's a possibility, but I think even if they booked him to be safe, he still left America 0-2, and then just lost his title to AJ Styles. Ashman says Ring of Honor versus New Japan Global Wars at Toronto equals a win. ROH versus New Japan War of the Worlds at New York City equals a tie to a win. So maybe a win. So there you go. Please, in the comments below, put win, loss, or tie. Booms, ask the question, and let's wrap this bad boy up.
So a couple of questions here is, one, Dave, do you think this pay-per-view now makes Ring of Honor the #2 promotion in the United States?
No, but I do notice a trend with American pro wrestling companies. The trend of pro wrestling companies is all of them are hurting. WWE is #1 by far, but they've just gotten a lot of trouble with stock and losing money. TNA is having trouble with the Spike TV, and Ring of Honor is in trouble because, well, their TV deal is absolutely horrible. I think in ring-wise, it is improved to #2. Do I enjoy it wise? Maybe #2 or 1. It just depends. But as far as them surpassing TNA, we'll know that. I think it's very close, and I think they're both hurting, but I think we'll know that after TNA's New York City. I think it will be more clear after that. TNA, I'm holding off the TNA bashing until after the New York City events. But if Ring of Honor did better in New York City than TNA does, then yeah, you have to give them #2. Because, and the whole thing is, I think Ring of Honor's making profit, so if you go that way, then probably #2. All right, go ahead.
Yes, automatically, that makes them better than TNA. And then here's my last question here, so we can end this podcast here. Do you think this pay-per-view is a sign that New Japan is trying to break into the United States market?
Oh, without a doubt. They're working with NWA. They're going, even the guys during the week, when they weren't working Ring of Honor, they were going around the indies. They know, but some people would say they feel they have the best product in the world. And they're like, well, we're stuck on an island where everyone speaks the same language. How do we push past that? And working with NWA, working with Ring of Honor, getting English commentary. The English commentary is a bit rough. I'm going to be completely perfectly honest with you. It's not like real English commentary. It's a Japanese. It's rough. It's rough. But yeah, they are pushing out big time. They're even pushing out in different Asia markets. So they know they have the best product in the world, and they have.
Yeah, and they can't say that, and they cannot say that. Okay, people in the U.S. don't know who these guys are. I mean, Liger got a huge pop. Okada got an amazing fucking pop. I mean, the American fans know who these people are. So I think that maybe answered some questions that they had. Will our guys get over? Will the crowd respond to them? And I'm even going back to Kushida and Nakamura, Tanahashi. Everybody got some reaction. Okada got a huge pop there. So I think New Japan got some questions answered of, one, do they know who our guys are? And two, even if they do, will they get a reaction? And the answer was yes to both of them.
So hopefully it keeps growing because I do believe it's the best in the world. Hey, go to Kocosports.com where it's okay to be a passionate fan. Your home for combat sports and where the world comes to kick ass. You can buy an Internet Infantry t-shirt, and we will make a video just answering your 5 questions. It really means a lot for your support. Also, Boom Boom has to work tomorrow, so thanks going to sleep early. And I did a podcast with K5, so it will be up here on YouTube. But if not, also check out Kocosports.com, and that will be up there. Me and Boom Boom will be back for our flagship show, Raw Review. And Booms, you got anything else to say, or you just want to go hit the sack?
I'm going to go hit the rack. So check us out in the meantime at Kocosports.com. That's KOCOsports.com. We're open 24/7. We're your home for all combat sports, which includes mixed martial arts, boxing, pro wrestling, amateur wrestling, sumo wrestling. We've got Coco's Corner, that's Dave Cocos' blog. We've got video on demand. We've even got the archive here of every Wrestle AM that you may ever want to watch. So it's all there at Kocosports.com. It's where the world goes to kick ass.
And with that, I am over.